Okay, good morning. It's time to start, and welcome to ICSA conference, the first time, the first name, International Conference on Software Architecture. And my name is ICSA, and I'm the General Chair, and we have the Program Chairs Patrizio Pelliccione and Maria Mikic, the Program Chairs. And let me say, and of course we have the organizing committee, which also are welcoming you. It was a lot of work from many people to make this possible. And also I would like to thank our sponsors, which helped quite a lot to make this event richer and with more contents and with lower prices for the registrations. And then I would like to say a little bit about the history, because it's kind of a new history. We are starting a new history now. We are in the new era. But it started some time ago, 98. Maybe you can see we are now ICSA, but we were VIXA, CBSE, Comparch, COSA, so there are a lot of different names. 98, there was the first workshops as a part of ICSA conference, CBSE. But 99 and several years after that, 99 VIXA started and then continued in a period 1.5 year up to some 2009, and in parallel CBSE as a workshop was every year collocated with ICSA conference. In 2005 COSA conference was organized, and then in 2006 there was collocated COSA and CBSE, first in Westeros and then in Boston. So the first idea was, okay, why shouldn't we collocate it? And at that time also CBSE became like a symposium, like a conference. And I remember I was organizing that, and I got proceedings from COSA. So I think, oh, very nice. And there was a letter, and that's for you. And thank you very much for accepting to organizing COSA in Westeros. So that was a kind of surprise, but okay. We collocated and find out it works very good. So we said, okay, why shouldn't we merge, make the same steering committee, planning, and we called ourselves Comparch, which is a combination of CBS and COSA, which also sometimes caused some confusion, what is, which conference is what, but anyhow we proceeded, and there were many people in this community, in VIXA and Comparch, you know, running from one conference to another, and it happened that 2011 our periods come to the same point, you know, because VIXA had 1.5 years, and then 1 year in the US, other year in Europe. Comparch 1 year in Europe, other in the US, with 1 year frequency, and that there was one point, it's almost the same time, and we collocated that event, and find out it was really nice, work together, very good. But we continued separately because of our different rhythm, until VIXA people realized maybe it's better to run the conference each year. Okay. And suddenly we had the same frequency, but the phase was slightly different. So we adjusted that and started together in Montreal, and then the next year in Venice. And of course find out that folks were very good, very nice, so why shouldn't we make the conference, the software architecture conference, and here we are. So from now, we have international conference on software engineering. Yeah, so we are here in Gothenburg. So just to say that in a few years, Gothenburg will celebrate 400 years. It is a university city. There are 2 universities, a lot of industry, like automotive industry, but a lot of software-related industry. And it's known for organizing big events. And not at least, we have many conferences related to ICT. So in these 3 years, for example, oh, it's not 206, it's 216, okay. So these last 3 years, I'm not sure about this previous period, yeah. So this is just some of the conferences. Today we have ICSA, and approximately in 1 year and a little bit more, we will have ICSA, which I hope you will also visit. Okay, some words about the conference. And actually many numbers, many records, we achieved many records. So I can ask you, 200, what does it mean, 200? What do you think? Yeah, number of participants, and it's actually the record, even if you sum the previous separate events, so we are really now, we were fighting the last 2 days, we were like 198, 199, and this morning 200, and maybe now it's 200 more. So that's, yeah, that's participants, yes. And 5? Okay, it's not a big number, but 5 workshops is the largest, and then we have 7. Yes, 7 tutorials. That's also nice. And then we have 9 and 25K. Great, 9 sponsors and $25K we collected. Yes, this is this one, and I have one, 61. I'll keep that for myself. So I don't tell you, only Patricio knows, I said to him, but okay, you have to think about it. Okay, some other numbers. So it's about, yeah, it's 200 participants, and this is distribution per countries. Of course, Sweden is absolutely the largest number because of the local community, but also because of many people coming from Swedish industry. On the second place, Germany, then the Netherlands, USA, France, and so on. So in total, 22 countries from 6 continents. That's the registration. And if you look at the distributions, so it's almost 1/3 people coming from industry, which is more than software engineering conferences. So that's we like that very much. 60% from academia and 7% from research institute, and some other. We have 86% female. No. 86% male and 14 female. Okay, so that's we have to work on it, obviously. We have also experienced in Sweden like a movement. It's like to get the balance. So we have to work on it. But then, if you look for students and non-students, we have about 16% students. So. When we can conclude that there are at least there are at least 2% of men which are not students. The other thing, I don't know if we can conclude more. So although it looks like correlated these numbers, they are not. So this is about events, just to mention. And on the first 2 days, there were like 110 participants in workshops, tutorials, and Young Researchers Forum, which I also think beat the record of the number of participants, at least in the last years. And for the main conference, we will have technical papers. We have industry track, tool track, birds and feeders session. Come to on Friday on the award session to give the award for the best papers and the most influential paper and the best reviewer. Is it that?
Young Research Forum.
And Young Research Forum, yes, the younger researchers. And then about the closing session and about ICSA next year. And about the local things, which are the most important, Antonio is here, so he will explain you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Antonio Martini, that guy there. And if you haven't seen me, you probably saw me in the spam folder already, because I sent a couple of mails, but I did it for you. That's probably what the spammers say anyway. So I'm a local chair, which doesn't mean that I'm made by IKEA. Okay, bad joke. You can find also Therese. Me and Therese are always running around here. She's volunteer chair. So a couple of things. We had a lot of volunteers, so we're very happy that a lot of people from our division and also from other universities in Sweden, they helped us out. So if you need any information, just follow the blue T-shirts with the ICSA logo. And also look at this badge. They have colors, unless you are colorblind. But it's so you look for yellow and green, and that's the people that can help you, because the green one are actually people from our division that are not volunteers, but they are around. Yes, there will always be someone at the registration desk, so if you need information, just go there. If you get lost, just go there. It's not that easy to get lost, but it's possible. Yes, and also we have Meetex on place. They were the organization that helped us out with the registration. So in the morning they will be there, or they were there before. Okay, just let's go next. So just a few very important information about the venue, so I don't have to spam you again. Today and tomorrow we are going to be here. So this is the hall. This is this place here. This is the whole foyer, and most of the all the lunch breaks and the coffee breaks is going to be here outside. I was pointing with this, but obviously it didn't work. On Friday, we will have we will not use the hall. So all the session, the tracks will be in the other area where we had the co-located event. It's not that far away. You can just go this way and then turn right inside the building. You don't have to go outside, and it's there. Okay, so today and tomorrow we are here, and also use that area, but on Friday we are not here. Okay. Yes, other virtual ICSA. We have a bunch of things that we use virtually. First and most important thing, look at the website for all the updates. So the website is the main source of information. It's the more updated one. So that's the first thing that you have to check. We have also the app, Huva, I don't know how to pronounce that. If you haven't downloaded that, please do, and use this code, ICSA17. You find this also in the mail that I spammed you with. Then we are actually streaming, so you will find the stream on our website. We have a YouTube channel. So they're actually streaming right now, right? Good. It's working, so you can try it out. And we also save this, so you can actually watch this later on, if you really want to. Sorry. And you can follow us on Twitter at this hashtag here. So a few information about the social events. So welcome reception is going to be today, and it's going to be outside here. So if you get lost, it's not about me. So it's right after the session. It's here, so very easy. You will be welcomed by Deputy Lord Mayor Elizabeth Rothenberg and Ivica, of course. And you will get 2 drinks. You have 2 tickets in your badge, so you can use them to get the drinks. If you want more drinks, you have to buy. You get finger food and then mingle, but at 7, this is over, okay? The best part is on Thursday, we have the social dinner. So just to spoil it a little bit, it's not going to be meatballs, even if it's Swedish style. So we're going to have a boat trip to the island of Björkö, which is, and seaside is the name of the place. It's a very nice place. This is a picture that I took while I was there testing the dinner. I mean, someone has to do that, no? So it's going to be, seafood mostly, unless you are allergic. We took track of that. It's like a fisherman-style place. It's very nice. You get, hopefully, we get the sunset, and we have a guy who is a Swedish troubadour, which is someone who sings and so on. So it's, after that, we are going to have, we start at 5:30. We come back at 11:45. It's not possible to arrive late or to come back earlier. So that's just that you know that it's not possible. Because, I mean, it takes 1.5 hours to go there and 1 hour to get back. So even if you order a taxi, you probably arrive after us. Then we come back with the bus. In any case, we come back with the buses, and the bus goes back to Radisson, Riverton, and Comfort Hotel. If you are, city center and here, if you have other hotel, you can stop there and then just walk there or take something else. Okay, it's very important, very important, very important. So, where are these things? As I say, the welcome reception, 5:30 outside here. For the social dinner, we meet at the ferry stop. So if you came by ferry, that's actually also where we take the boat. So be there at punctual at 5:30. Even better if you are there before. You get better places. And there we board for the dinner, and then we go with the boat. We cannot wait, so if you are not there, unfortunately, it can be a problem too. And during the board, we will have some drinks and some entertainment, and someone will explain to you what is things about Gothenburg and so on. And I think, yes, some other information. I sent this also in the mail, so the ferry, the free ferry actually goes from 7 to 7. So if you want to take something after 7, I recommend to take the other ferry, which is 285, but you have to pay, or you take the number 16 to go to the city center and back here. And be sure that if you take this one, not go towards what is called Klippan, because that's going to be like outside Gothenburg toward the sea. So I don't recommend that. So this is it. I leave it to Patrizio.
Thank you. So I'm sure that you want to know something about the technical program, right? Very good. This is exactly what I will tell you, together with Maria later. And we start from the end, actually. These are the proceedings. I already sent an email to you. It's another spam after the spam of Antonio. And this is the URL, and this is the login and password for accessing this. I can also mention that actually the industry track and the tool track and the Young Research Forum papers and also all the workshops paper will be published in a post-proceeding and then will be available on May 25. So you know. And so how things work. In order to prepare this wonderful agenda that you will enjoy in these days, we selected and involved very good people in the program committee. I cannot present all these people, even though they are wonderful, but I cannot present all of them. I can just present some data. And actually, we have a female representation within the program committee that is 14%. It's not so good, we can say. We should improve that. But we really like to be precise, and then this is we know in advance that there will be an attendance of 14% with female, and then we have done that. It's not our fault. Participate more, and then this will increase automatically. And for what concerns the industry and academia, we have a very nice representation of industry. And we should improve a bit more on the attendance, actually. Because now it's 30%. That is very good, but we can improve. So this is about the distribution in the different countries. And as you can see, no big surprises. US is the first, and then Germany. Yeah, actually, Sweden is the second. This is mostly because of the involvement of industry. We involved a lot of people on the on the program committee from industry, from local industry. This is why it's so high. The review process. These are just few rules that we followed. So the first one is that each paper has been reviewed by at least 3 people. And then at least 1 from industry. That is also important because we want to have good papers from the scientific point of view, but also industry relevance. And each paper has been discussed. And at the end, each paper has been accepted or rejected after achieving an agreement. And this was something very important, I think. So other numbers. We had 325 reviews, and these are the big number of words within the reviews. And these are all the comments and all the words on the comments during the discussion. So to give an idea of that, this is the Divina Commedia of Dante Alighieri, and you can see the number of words is less than the number of words. And we can have 2 conclusions on that, 2 logical conclusions. That actually the reviewers were working a lot, and they are poets. Yeah, I'm not sure about the second conclusion. So this is the overall process from submission till acceptance, a very high level and abstract model. Is an architecture model, maybe no. So initial submission, 95 long technical papers and 12 short technical papers. 1 was desk rejected because it was a bit out of scope. And then this initial decision involved a lot of things, the bidding and then assignment and reassignment because somebody complained about the assignment. And then all the reviews and comments and discussion. And at the end, we selected 25 long technical papers, 5 short technical papers. And these 9 conditionally accepted as short means these were long papers that we conditionally accepted as short, and then there was another review, and then at the end, this is the final number. And now I think I can give you.
Which one? Oh, this is for.
Yeah.
Hi everybody. In this slide we are showing the distribution of authors by country. In blue we have actually the submissions, and then in red the accepted papers. And as you can see, we have a really nice representation along several countries, and we can actually see that due to this is it, right? Due to the conference being in Sweden, that Sweden comes about 4th in the distribution both of submissions and the acceptances. In terms of the papers, we have almost 30% of the papers had at least 1 industrial author. And this is among the accepted papers, and we have a really nice distribution of local companies that participated in the papers that are accepted. Now to the technical program. We think it's really exciting. We have 13 technical sessions, and each one of them is a mix of both long and short papers, and the presentations are varying between 15 and 30 minutes. And in each session, we actually left a significant time for discussions, so between 15 or 30 minutes. One thing, several of you are going to be session chairs, and we encourage you to actually be in the room at least 15 minutes before the session starts and make sure that you're familiar with the presenters for that session, so you know the flow and you know how to introduce them. We are also going to have, I think, as Ivica mentioned, the award session on Friday, where we're going to introduce the Best Paper Award, the Best Reviewer Award, Best Young Researcher Award, and then also the most influential paper from 10 years ago. And we actually have really exciting keynotes. There are 2 today, 1 tomorrow morning, and one Friday. So right after this, as soon as we wrap up, we are going to have Brendan Bang from Booking.com. And then this afternoon, I'll be introducing Martin, who is from Volvo Cars. And then tomorrow, we have Francis in the morning. And then on Friday, we have Sam. So I encourage you to attend these keynotes. They were carefully selected, and I think the program is really exciting. And then finally, we are preparing a special issue with the GSS for autonomous and smart systems. So I encourage all the authors of the papers to submit to this. There are deadlines here. The full paper submission deadline is on September 15th, and then the notification is of November 31st, and publications sometime in March 2018. And Patricio, me, and Jan are actually guest editors of this. So I really encourage everybody to try to submit to this. And with that, industry track.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, good morning. My name is Heiko Kutzulek, and this is my colleague Rich Hillett. And we are honored to organize the industry track of ICSA this year. We have chosen program committee members to review the industry submissions from the research committee, and we had members from ABB, ICSA, Architectura, Ericsson, SCI, CGI, SAP Labs, so a nice distribution of companies already in the industry track committee, so a lot of industry competence there to review the papers. Yeah, and maybe Rich, something about the papers? Or I can also say we had 12 submissions to the track. We accepted 6 papers out of it. So we divided the topics into 2 sessions. One is on microservices and cloud, which is today after the first keynote, and another session on architecture quality, which will be then tomorrow. And you see here we have a lot of companies involved here from different domains, from retail, smart home, from automation, telecom, and even a military company. So it's a nice distribution. We should get a really nice view on which architecture topics are currently relevant from industry. And I encourage everybody of you to attend the sessions and discuss with the authors. And yeah, thanks.
Hi, my name is Bara Binova. Together with Paris, we had the pleasure to organize the tool track. With the tool track, the nice thing about it is that it goes into directions. You can both see tool papers, which will be presented during the program. You can see that it's being presented during the Thursday, so it's around the time after the lunch break, where we have the tool papers in the program. And then right before and after, you will have the opportunity to see the tools. So I really want to invite you to come and see the tools, because there will be desks right in the hall where you will be getting the lunch. So it will be quite easy to get the lunch and see the tools. If you are interested about the topics of the tools, then I listed them here, but also you see them in the program, because each paper is going to have also paper in the proceedings and also a presentation, so you can see the topics. And I think that there are many interesting things that are being done in this community. We received 10 submissions, which we reviewed and selected 8 papers, 8 tools basically to be presented, and each of them is really interesting. So I think that they can give you insights into what can be done, and we would be really happy if you get connection to these teams and maybe start using these tools, or maybe ask about cooperation, because we quite believe that in these terms and in this community we need to build upon knowledge and experience which is being done already. So really getting connection to people who are developing these kinds of tools. So I would be happy if I see you around the tool booths. With this part, we understand that you first need to grab the lunch. Also, the presenters of the tools need to grab the lunch first. So the lunch break starts at 12, and the tool demonstrations will start at 12:30. So then they will be ready for you. Thank you.
Okay, and now it's time for our first keynote. So I would like to invite Jan Bosch, who will be the moderator, and Brendan Bank from Booking.com.